down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Offer not valid in all states or prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Bills piling up? Rent due? Just need some extra cash to get by? Then you need to go to getcash.com.
And good morning and welcome to the video live stream for the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:02 on your Tuesday, 26th of November. In the studio, I love it when there are a lot of people in here. This is good. This is good. Sarah Spoonholtz from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Don Marie Smith from Berrien, Be Healthy Berrien and Be Upbeat. You're a morning person.
I am.
Yeah. See, this is good. This is good.
I do. I wake up and generally I'm like, hi, how are you? Let's go. Come on. People don't like me in the morning. I'm a little too.
That makes two of us. Yeah. I mean, I get up for the morning show, I get up, but on weekends, I get up at the same time as well. Me and the dog are like,
Yeah, my dog's the same. Yeah. Like, hi, let's go. Let's go for a walk.
Yeah. You know? 4 a.m. walks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Yes. Sarah's just like, what in the world are you talking about?
Look, I fake it for you, Ken. Okay.
Hey, get me after 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, sleepy, tired. But anyway, all right. Morning show. We're going to be talking about what's going on with the chamber. Tons of fun stuff going on.
Lots of fun stuff.
And then we'll get an in-depth look at Be Healthy Berrien. Want to know what that organization is about? We'll talk about your background as well, if we can, and what help you might need from the community.
Okey-dokey.
Sound good?
Sounds wonderful.
All right. We'll be right back. We've got news coming up in just a couple of minutes from the WSJM newsroom, some sports and more to talk about right here on WSJM.
Wars on hold. Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, founder of the site, says the bankruptcy auction won by the satire site was tainted by fraud and collusion. Jones was forced to sell off his platform to pay the nearly $1.5 billion that he owes for defaming the families of Sandy Hook children who were shot and killed. This is ABC News.
Bioptimizer's Black Friday blowout sale is now. For 20 years, Bioptimizers has provided top supplements like Magnesium Breakthrough, the only product with all 7 types of magnesium to support sleep, stress management, hormone balance, and mood. Make your health a priority this holiday season and visit bioptimizers.com/radio and use code RADIO to get a minimum of 10% off and up to $100 in free gifts with purchase. Go to bioptimizers.com/radio and use code RADIO today.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
It is the WSJM Morning Show. I am Ken Lundberg. It is the 26th day of November. 7:05 is the time. We've got guests in the studio, so we'll talk about that and who they are in just a moment. First off, the forecast for today. We've got 33 degrees in Benton Harbor right now, but it feels closer to like 14, 15 degrees out there because of the wind. Yeah, it feels cold.
The most Midwestern thing you could ever say is, it wouldn't be bad if it weren't for the wind.
It wouldn't work.
But
if
isn't
not
there
for the wind,
sunshine in the forecast today, Ken?
There is partly sunny skies. How did you know?
Oh,
how did you? But with the wind, if it's a Midwestern thing to say, if it'd be fine if it weren't for the wind. Do you follow that up with, yeah, but we really need the wind this year?
No.
Like the rain.
No. I generally follow up with, where's the snow?
Where's the snow?
Where's the snow?
Hopefully the snow's coming soon.
Yeah.
Sarah's opposed. Don Marie's okay with it. I'm okay with it.
If you live in Michigan,
I know.
Put your boots on.
Yeah, put your big Michigan boots on, Sarah.
How did I get outnumbered 2-1 on this?
Morning people. Yeah, morning people. All right, forecast for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, low around 30 degrees, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Wednesday, tomorrow, mostly cloudy day with a chance of rain-snow mix. I don't know when it's going to happen. High around 40 degrees, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. I think that's going to warm us up if the south winds, right? Winds from the south.
Sure.
Thursday's forecast, mostly cloudy, 50% chance of rain-snow mix, high around 40, low around 30. Friday is the day that I think the snow will come. Mostly cloudy skies, 40% chance of snow showers. The high's only going to get to 30. The low's going to stay around 28, so it's going to be good, stable conditions for a snowfall there. Saturday's forecast, another chance of snow showers and partly cloudy skies, a high around 27 degrees. Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom this morning. If you are heading to visit relatives or friends this Thanksgiving, pack your patience because there's going to be a lot of people on the roadway with you. AAA of Michigan's Adrian Woodland says the busiest travel times on the roads actually begin today.
Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving are going to be some of the worst times to travel by car. One of the best times to hit the road is actually on Thanksgiving Day itself, when interstates and highways are typically clear. And for those returning home Sunday, if you're planning to return home the Sunday after Thanksgiving, you should leave early in the morning.
Woodland says it's expected to be record-setting travel with nearly 2.6 million Michigan residents traveling 50 miles or more for the holidays, 79.9 million people overall traveling nationwide. Christmas tree sellers are about to get very busy with the after Thanksgiving rush. Michigan Christmas Tree Association Director Amy Starr says just like trying to find the best shopping deals for gifts for the holidays, the tree rush is about to begin.
Most farms in Michigan open the Friday following Thanksgiving. So that Black Friday, every farm's open.
As far as the quality of the trees, the MSU Extension Office says the Christmas tree crop received the right amount of rainfall early in the year, about back in May and June, so that the trees, especially the younger ones, were able to survive and grow well. Officials say even though September and October were dry, most of the trees already did their growing for the year by then. If you're looking for a list of Christmas tree farms, you can visit the association's website. We have that link at WSJM.com. One Christmas tree shopping tip they want you to have: use a tape measure to measure the space in your house where the tree will go before you go out shopping. Yeah, I mean, and then they add, and then take that same tape measure out with you when you shop. I don't know why people need to know this. You know where the tree's going to go.
You know how
What?
many trees have been chopped because at the top or the bottom because they were too big to fit in? Yeah.
My eyes were bigger than the ceiling
I mean,
height.
It's like a stoplight, right?
Okay.
Like it doesn't look that big until you get it down on the ground and you're like, whoa.
You know, that's a very good
same
point.
with a Christmas tree. As you're staring at it, you're going, this will totally fit. And then it's like 5 feet too big.
All right. Fair point. I also like that the spokesperson for the Christmas Tree Association, her name is Amy Starr. Because what do you put at the top of your Christmas tree?
Oh, an angel or
Yeah.
a star.
Or a star.
A crown.
Yeah, her name's Starr, so Star is what we're saying. It's like a Jeopardy question, Sarah. Just kidding. All right. One more news story.
Okay.
Then we'll come to you. Okay. Coming up this Friday in South Haven will be the Holiday in the Park, a family celebration. If you're looking for something to do, if your friends and family are driving you nuts, get in the car and go up to South Haven on Friday. A family celebration that will kick off the holiday season. Jennifer Sistrunk with the South Haven Van Buren County Convention and Visitors Bureau tells us that things will start with ornament decorating at the South Haven Center for the Arts at 2 p.m. There will be a holiday scavenger hunt with the Mitten Children's Museum from 3 to 5, and then the annual holiday parade begins, featuring decadent dogs starting at 4:30 at the corner of Huron and Kalamazoo.
We've got all the key people and pets, the Santa and his elves and dogs. And this year, a new feature, Santa is bringing his reindeer, which are live reindeer, will be in the parade as well.
Then they will light the community Christmas tree after that.
So at the end of the parade, as soon as Santa steps off, we get started with the Christmas tree lighting in front of City Hall with Paul Landecker from Cozy Radio and Mayor Annie Brown and myself.
Sistrunk says the rest of the day will include s'mores in Dykeman Park, pictures with Santa and the reindeer, and ice skating. She tells us Holiday in the Park is a fun, laid-back way to welcome the season while everyone prepares for the biggest winter event in South Haven, and that is their New Year's Eve party. Yeah, let's look at some of the local news that we're covering today. From the WSJM newsroom, we've got more to talk about. We'll continue talking this hour. We've got a couple of special guests in the studio. We have Dawn Marie Smith from Be Healthy Berrien, and we'll talk with her in just a moment about who she is, what the organization is, and what they need from the community. And right now, we have Sarah Spoonholtz from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber in the studio. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Ken.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Are you ready for the big turkey day and all that other fun stuff?
Sure.
Do you have a favorite dish? Is it the green bean casserole with the not onion straws?
That's a solid one. Yes, it is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Also, though, corn casserole. I mean,
corn casserole.
Oh yeah.
What's in corn casserole?
Oh, it depends on what recipe you have.
Okay.
But the easiest one is just canned corn or frozen corn, cream corn,
Yum.
and then Jiffy cornbread mix on the top of it.
I thought you were going to
mix it
say
all
Jiffy
together.
peanut butter. You had me sold there. Anything with peanut butter. I'm sorry.
I'm going to, you and my dad would have gotten along so well. Because some of the creations that he made with peanut butter, I'm like, there is no possible way.
Yeah. Stephanie and I were watching a baking show the other day, and the judges were like, oh, yeah, the peanut butter is overwhelming. You needed more chocolate. It's like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah. So are you one of those people that is like the Reese's peanut butter cups?
Oh,
if
yeah.
you could just get the peanut butter and not the chocolate? Okay.
Yeah. Why don't they make them without the chocolate? I don't understand.
Because it's
a peanut butter cup.
Yes,
All right, fine. All right. Anyway, we should probably talk about Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So we've got a lot of stuff. We're wrapping up 2024, getting ready for 25.
Yeah.
Lots of great things happening. First and foremost, friendly reminder, if it does snow on Friday, that means it's a perfect opportunity on Saturday to shop small. Support your local small businesses with Shop Small, Small Business Saturday. 67 cents out of every single dollar that is spent with a local retailer stays right here in Southwest Michigan. So please consider that as you're heading into the holiday season. They have some amazing things that you can get for some of your favorite loved ones and even for yourself. So coming up, we have multiple ribbon cuttings. We got everything from AJ's and Berrien Springs. They're going through a brand new rebrand. It's brand new ownership to the garage on Ferry Street. We'll be doing that ribbon cutting next week on Thursday from 5 until 7 with the actual cutting happening at 6 p.m. And then we have Strong Towns the following week on the 12th and 13th. That is going to be our 2-day housing summit with Chuck Marone. Just did a call with Chuck yesterday morning to go over the event. He's super excited to come to Southwest Michigan. We are so excited to have him here. Tickets are $20, and that is for anyone who's interested in learning more about housing and how we can take that charge here in Southwest Michigan.
And with a ticket, you get a copy of the book as well.
You do. It's actually $20 for both days.
Yeah.
So you get a copy of the book. We're going to give you some light refreshments on Thursday night. We are going to give you breakfast, a coffee, and something for breakfast on Friday morning, plus also lunch as well.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get quality time with Chuck. So, I mean, really priceless.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. Then we also have Holiday Village on December 14th. So that's Saturday. So actually Saturday, that 14th is going to be a 2-for day. So first and foremost, we're doing the ribbon cutting with the Lincoln Township Public Library. So their official reopening after all of their remodels. So that'll be at 10 a.m. Then we immediately go to Holiday Village in Bridgman. So that is going to be a full day. And I do mean a full day. It used to start in the afternoon, but now some of the downtown merchants, they are starting things at 10 a.m. that morning. So you've got crafts for kids, you've got cardio kickboxing class, Santa's arrival, the pet parade, Mrs. Claus with story time, cookie decorating. You name it, you've got it, except for reindeer. Don't come looking for reindeer because there's a 3-year back order on getting reindeer for any events. True story.
It's the supply chain.
It is the supply chain of reindeer. Who would have thought? But we've got a lot of fun things planned. The tree lining that'll be hosted by Lake Township Supervisor Zach Carson, Bridgman Mayor Jan Trapani. We've got a Christmas tree decorating contest. The winner will be announced afterwards. And then there is an adults only, so 21 plus snowball party happening that night too.
Wow.
Yes. Lots of great things happening. We will get the full list of details out at our Facebook page, facebook.com, SMR Chamber. As you can also find it at the Bridgman CGA's Facebook page as well, which is at Bridgman area, at our website, smrchamber.com, and all the fun things. So,
that is amazing. Sarah Spoonholt, Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. Thanks for all the information.
You are welcome.
That's great. I want to hear a full report about your Thanksgiving, how it plays out. And then, and then also Strong Towns. Remind me to ask you about an interview with the author.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think that'd be fun.
Oh yeah,
I think we could do that.
I wasn't sure if you had a weird interview. I'm like, where are we going with this kid? Okay, yeah.
No.
We can totally coordinate
I would like
that.
to talk to him. Okay, very good. All right, thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Our other guest in the studio this morning is Dawn Marie Smith with Be Healthy Berrien. Good morning, Dawn. How are you?
Good morning. I'm really well. Thank you.
We want to start exploring your background and then talk about Be Healthy Berrien, and that's coming up in just a moment right after we check in on sports. We'll be right back and get a weather forecast as well, right here on WSJM.
This year, American farmers will harvest 2.8 billion bushels of wheat and 15.1 billion bushels of corn. And to this day, American road workers have built 4.2 million miles of roads and counting. We're proud that John Deere machines rolling off the line here in the USA play a part in supporting Americans who work the land and build a better tomorrow. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/manufacturing.
Sports on the Michigan News Network. Michigan basketball notched their first win away from Chrysler Center this season, beating Virginia Tech 75-63 to begin their Fort Myers tip-off. Also, the Spartans handed Colorado their first loss, beating the Bison 72-56, despite only shooting 9% from three. Jaden Ivey scoring a game-winning bucket as time expired and gave the Pistons a 102-100 victory at home over the Raptors. Ivey scoring a team-high 25 points. Asar Thompson played for the first time since March. The Red Wings went to New York. They scored 3 goals in the third period to surge ahead of the Islanders to win 4-2.
We gave up a bad coverage goal to get down, and I thought we did a good job in the third. I thought we did some low to high. We got their D zone moving. We got some pucks to the net, which we've been struggling to do. And for the most part, I think we got what we deserved tonight.
And the Wayne County prosecutor says the Lions wide receiver Jamison Williams will not face weapons charges for an incident in early October involving a concealed gun during a late-night traffic stop. Chris Villard, Michigan News Network.
Partly sunny skies today. A little bit on the cooler side. We end up at 37 for the afternoon temperatures. Back to cloudy skies tonight, down to 30. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a light rain snow mix. High temperatures near 40. We'll be right around 40 on Thanksgiving Day, still with a chance of a light rain snow mix. As we head into the end of the week and the weekend, lake effect snow showers will be possible. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:18. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg, and I was just giggling to myself because on the video live stream, one of the comments, because we've been talking about snow this morning, and I think both you and I, we want snow.
Absolutely.
And one of our frequent guests, Bill, says, "Bring on the snow."
Yes.
With a little snow emoji.
You go, Bill.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully those snow showers come in on Friday, because if they come in on Thursday, I'm going to owe one of my co-hosts, Mike Weibel, I'm going to owe him cookies.
Oh.
If it snows on Thanksgiving, because we bet that it was. I think it's not going to snow on Thanksgiving. He thinks it is. So we'll see.
Oh, what's the definition of snow?
Exactly.
Is it
That's
sleet or
I know.
sleet snow. Or
I think as long as it's not rain.
Okay.
Although you've given me some good ideas to think about. If it's sleet, I might be able to get out of it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, I am talking with Dawn Marie Smith. She is with Be Healthy Berrien. Mm-hmm. Good morning and welcome to the WSJM studios.
Thank you.
Have you been here before?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the new cameras then that we have here?
They are everywhere. Yes.
I'm gonna refocus this one here because I have. Look at that.
Oh,
See
look
that
at
one?
you and your technology.
Yeah. They give me things to play with in the background here, and I can reframe the shot, as it were. So go from a 2-guest to a 1-guest position. Be Healthy Berrien. Before we ask you about kind of your biography, who you are and what you do, give us a quick overview for those who don't know. What is Be Healthy Berrien?
Absolutely.
If you would.
So, Be Healthy Berrien is a countywide initiative. It's essentially focusing on removing and reducing obesity here in Berrien County, and it was originated in 2010.
Okay.
Out of the need to address the issue of obesity here in Berrien County.
Okay. How do you do that?
Well, very creatively, but also with a lot of perseverance and a vision to try to help the community with their overall well-being and health. So that is done generally through a collective impact model. So a collective impact model is organizing like diverse groups of stakeholders and organizations, mostly that are focused on perhaps communities that are underserved or individuals that need the resources the most, right? And we try to strengthen those connections with those organizations to develop long-term solutions to address food access and the physical activity environment. So like parks and trails, et cetera.
Yeah. Okay. It's a holistic approach.
It is big picture.
to the issue. Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that in just a moment, but let's talk about you, Dawn Marie Smith with Be Healthy Berrien. What's your role there, and how did you get to where you are? Where did it all begin?
Yeah.
Start at the beginning.
Oh my Lord. Not the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to. Where were you born?
Well, actually, oh, really?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, go Panthers. I'm a Waterville girl.
Okay.
So true and true.
Wow.
So yeah, I
All
know.
right.
So born in Waterville, and my parents are still there.
Okay.
And one sibling is there, and another sibling's in Kalamazoo area. But
Okay.
and then lived there for a long time.
Okay.
And then not going to put years
Nope,
in there
don't
because
have
that'll
to.
indicate my age. But I did take a little bit of a reprieve from Michigan and went to Florida, and then eventually came back. And that was all just part of career advancement.
Yeah.
But
Where'd you go in Florida?
I was on the East Coast. So I was in the Boca Raton area,
Oh.
Delray Beach, Deerfield Beach, a lot of beach in
Yeah.
the towns that I lived in. So
Nice. Do you miss it at all?
you know what? I miss convenience
Hmm.
in a way. So
What do you mean by that?
things were readily available. You lived in a little more of a metropolitan area,
yeah.
so you had a little more access to things. But I've adjusted. I now, I travel to Chicago when I need things,
Yeah.
and but yeah.
Well, and with the advent of Amazon Prime, I mean, we can get if we plan 2 days in advance.
Yeah.
We can get
I
just
try
about
to
anything.
support local, and
Absolutely,
I try to,
very good idea.
Yeah, I do. I try to not go that route, but if I have to, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So Florida, then you made your way back up to Michigan.
Yes, I did. Yeah. So I worked for Whirlpool Corporation for, let's just say, the majority of my professional career.
What'd you do there?
Oh my goodness.
A lot of stuff.
Let's start. So it could have been anything from product development to marketing to contract sales to a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Okay.
And I learned a lot of different leadership skills, and I really had no idea how those leadership skills would help me. And when I transitioned out of the for-profit segment or the for-profit sector into nonprofit, but it really has lended itself to the work that I do today. And sometimes I'm amazed on how I can sort of pass through something and figure it out and then come out of it and say, wow, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. We're talking with Dawn Marie Smith. She's with Be Healthy Berrien, and thank you for recounting that. And so you took your skills from the for-profit sector to the nonprofit sector. What drove that decision? Why did you decide nonprofit is for me?
Well, the pandemic changed everything.
It did.
For everybody.
It did.
And so it was an opportunity for me to sort of sit back and say, what are these next steps? I'm not ready to leave the area. So how do I want to contribute, and what do I want to do? And so I just did a complete pivot into the nonprofit sector, and was blessed enough to have a conversation with Anna Murphy at United Way and Rachel Wade at the time. And here I am today, the director of Be Healthy Berrien.
That's great. No, we love that. We love keeping the skills here and the people here who want to do good. With Be Healthy Berrien, you said it's been here since 2010?
Yep, it
so
has.
In 14 years, what would you say that journey has been like for the organization?
The first I would say is that in the nonprofit sector, when you're supporting an initiative like Be Healthy Berrien, we're not an organization. We live under the United Way umbrella.
Okay.
It's imperative that you have the right support and leadership from a board or steering committee. Excuse me. And what has been unique with Be Healthy Berrien is that we have had the same guiding steering committee organization since its inception, which is very special, and I'm so grateful for it. And that's made up of Corewell Health South, United Way of Southwestern Michigan, Southwest Michigan Planning Commission, YMCA of Greater Michiana, and Berrien County Health Department.
Okay. We've got
a little bit of a
no, that's all right. Take a drink of your coffee. We're talking with Dawn Marie Smith. She's with Be Healthy Berrien, an organization underneath United Way of Southwest Michigan.
So I'd say that was the first in the sense of really helping lay the foundation for the work.
Okay.
And then the work itself has evolved from programmatic to more of a policy, system, and environment. And so I'll give you a little bit of what that means is.
Let me do this because you've got to clear your throat.
Yeah, thank
so we're
you.
going to take a quick commercial
I got a
break.
tickle.
That's all right. We'll be right back here on the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:27.
So, you want a free checking account that pays you a high rate on your balance? Yeah, you do. Would you like 0 monthly maintenance fees and free ATM access nationwide every month?
And continuing on the video live stream, you can do whatever you got to do over there. This is the part where we give exclusive content to our folks on the video live stream. Let's see what we've got over here. Okay. Bill says, talking more about the snow. Bill says, I think if it sticks and it's a measurable amount, it counts. No sticking white ground, no snow. I like that, Bill. I like that because what we have riding on this bet, on this wager between Mike Weibel and I, 6 cookies. 6 cookies. And Mike makes his own cookies, and they are so good. So I kind of feel guilted. If I lose, I have to make cookies for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to make homemade cookies.
Do you are you a cook? Are you a baker? Do you bake?
Oh, I love it. My favorite is a Linzer tart.
What is a Linzer tart?
Oh, good Lord. It's like a shortbread, but yet it has like a generally a jam or a jelly in it.
Okay.
And they're
that
just
sounds really good.
beautiful, and they're sprinkled with powdered sugar, and
I think I know what you're talking about.
They're very time consuming, but delicious.
Yeah. Shortbread cookies, probably my favorite. Maybe, I don't know why. Maybe it's the butter content, maybe it's the sugar content, maybe both, but it's so good.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
delicious. Are you doing Thanksgiving?
My parents are.
Okay.
But I'm pretty much the sous chef of the family.
Oh, what's your specialty?
Oh, it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So I'm tasked with the sweet potato casserole, which have a tendency to try to lighten the sugar on it, make it more like a souffle.
Oh yeah.
But then
kind of like a puffy thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But I also like to put something healthy in there. So if we can get a really good, nice fresh salad or a really good vegetable that doesn't have a lot of calories in it, but it's still yummy, and some green on the plate, that's great.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great. Sounds delicious. I was looking back at, Facebook Memories is fabulous because sometimes you can look back and say, oh yeah, I remember I did that. I actually made brioche one year.
Oh,
yeah.
impressive.
I impressed myself because I don't remember making it, but there I had the picture of me with my brioche and talking about the recipe and stuff like that. So a lot of fun. It's good.
Yeah. I've in the history of Thanksgivings, we have, let's see, deep fried a turkey. We have brined a turkey. We have did a dry rub turkey. We have done turkey in a bag. I mean, you know, when you're a foodie, you're on this hunt and this pursuit of trying to find the best turkey recipe. And each year you just evolve. And then right now we use my mom's old school roaster that doesn't even sit in the kitchen. It's out of the kitchen in the mudroom because we have room in the kitchen to do other things.
Okay.
And that roaster is the best turkey mechanism, like to cook the turkey. It is.
What is it, like a spit thing or something, or what is it?
Actually, it's just like a big
roasting
standalone.
pan.
You plug it in the socket, and it really just roasts your turkey, and
You're
it comes
kidding.
out super, super juicy. And
It's like a standalone
browns it.
roasting thing?
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
that's smart.
Freeze up your oven. Yeah.
So you were in product development at Whirlpool. Did they take this idea?
No, I don't know.
They should have.
I wasn't in cooking.
Had
but
they
yeah.
not? In product. So when you were associated with product development, what were you doing?
We were
Full disclosure. I was a communications person for product development for GPO for a period of time.
So we were in the laundry section.
Okay.
So I focused on freestanding and front load laundry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Every time I see the industrial size laundry units, I remember seeing some of the testing areas at the Pawpaw Tech Center.
Yeah.
And think, oh yeah, they could wash stuff for prisons, for hospitals, for
commercial laundry.
anything huge. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's impressive.
It is. It is a lot of impressive people there. Okay, it's 7:31. We've got the Bloomberg Market Minute coming up in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Bill wants in on some of the cookies. Definitely, if I win, you can have a cookie, Bill. Teresa says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Diane. Diane, good morning as well. Hope everyone has a good week planned out. So your time at Whirlpool, you were in product development, you were in
contract sales. Let's see, I ended in marketing. So my last role was marketing and communications. So, you develop a lot of different skills and to figure out how to navigate what's the task at hand.
And I think you're absolutely right. And I think this applies not only to Whirlpool, but anywhere you work. The diversity of experiences helps you hit that next thing and work through that next thing.
I think it's also a shift in mindset too, in how you might have a skill of a certain category or an area of expertise, but you have to think about how you're going to help others get things done and lead from the side. And I think leading from the side is it's a very unique skill that you need to help navigate whatever you're trying to accomplish, whether it's something small or large.
Hang on just 1 second here, please.
0.9 WSJM.
All right, and we're back on at 7:32. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. I've got a special guest in studio, Dawn Marie Smith from Be Healthy Berrien. We've been talking about her background and some of the overall mission, the 30,000-foot picture of Be Healthy Berrien. We're going to zoom down and get a closer look about Be Healthy Berrien, some of their current initiatives, some of the directions that they're going in the future. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But first off, let's get some news. We've got the latest from ABC coming up. Let me make sure I've got that queued up appropriately. The weather forecast for today, we'll get to that in a second, but we do have 33 degrees outside in Benton Harbor right now, 34 in St. Joseph, 34 in South Haven, and New Buffalo is 32 degrees right now. It feels a little bit colder out there because of the wind, but today we do expect partly sunny skies, west winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That'll keep our feels like temperature down, but it is going to be a high of 37 degrees today. We also have a forecast for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, the low around 30, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Wednesday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, a 30% chance of rain-snow mix for tomorrow. So if you're traveling around getting to your Thanksgiving destination, do be careful. Be aware that you're going to have some precipitation possibly to deal with. The high is going to be around 40 degrees. Thursday, mostly cloudy, a 50% chance of rain-snow mix, low around 30 and a high around 40. And then Friday, if you're driving around on that day getting your Christmas tree, mostly cloudy skies, 40% chance of snow showers, a high around 30 and a low around 28. So it's going to be a little bit chilly. ABC News now, local news coming up in a moment.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Biden is seeking Medicare and Medicaid coverage of popular but expensive weight loss drugs like Ozempic or Wegovy. The move would treat obesity as a disease treatable by drugs, but could cost taxpayers as much as $35 billion over the next decade. Holiday travel gets into full swing today. ABC's Gio Benitez at LaGuardia Airport in New York.
A warning about staffing shortages in air traffic control. Travelers already experiencing delays.
I've been here all day. It's been quite frustrating.
The FAA saying it may have to slow air traffic in the Northeast because of that shortage of air traffic controllers. This as more than 50,000 flights take to the air today, the most this Thanksgiving travel period. The crush of travelers packing airports from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson to Chicago's O'Hare.
President-elect Donald Trump writing on social media overnight he plans to impose 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada on day one, 35% for goods from China. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:35 is the time. It is the WSJM Morning Show. It's Tuesday. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. Some of the news we're following today. A missing teenager from Geneva Township is home safe today after being reported missing about a week ago. Van Buren County Sheriff Daniel Abbott reports 17-year-old Jocelyn Monroe was reported missing from her residence in Geneva Township back on November 20th. Police say she left the residence willingly, but then was not in contact with any friends or family for a long period of time, which raised some concerns. The good news, at 11 o'clock last night, the sheriff's office says Jocelyn was located and safely returned home. An open house will be held next week for the public to learn more about the efforts to restart the Palisades nuclear power plant. Holtec International spokesperson Nick Culp tells us the company is still on track to have the plant back online by the fourth quarter of next year. They say naturally people have questions, and so this is the second open house that they will be holding to answer those questions. And the group Present Pillars in Benton Harbor has honored several individuals who they say have helped make the community a better place in the past year. They had their recognition gala over the weekend, so we'll tell you a little bit more about who was recognized and why. That's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. It's 7:36. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We'll continue our interview with Dawn Marie Smith from Be Healthy Berrien. That continues on our video live stream right now, and then we'll come back to the radio with that interview in just a moment, right here on WSJM. We've got sports coming up next.
The Michigan News Network.
Okay, and we're back on the video live stream, 7:37. It is the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. We're continuing our interview with Dawn Marie Smith of Be Healthy Berrien, a fellow morning person. Good to see you.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. I just love the mornings. I feel like I get up early. I get so much done.
Yeah, a lot of people think about sunrises versus sunsets, and everyone goes to the beach to see the sunset.
Yeah.
I actually love the sunrise. It's like the morning, and depending on the temperature and the horizon, it just sort of, I don't know, washes the day from the prior day away and gives you just a new perspective.
I can't actually think of a time that I watched a sunrise.
Oh, beautiful.
Is it as spectacular as the sunsets?
It's pretty darn, I feel like they're just as powerful. So, I mean, there's benefit to both. And living in Florida, I got to see both, right? So that was even nice.
Gorgeous. Did you ever experience any hurricanes?
I did.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just part of life down
Any
there.
in particular that stand out?
don't. Yeah, it was. I recall trying to bring the window shutters onto the condominium. And the wind was so strong that I actually, instead of standing, I was bent like in the shape of an L, trying to because you needed to ground yourself because the winds were so forceful.
Because if you had stood up, it just would have blown you away.
And then the water is pretty powerful on the roads, and just understanding that Mother Nature has her way of letting you know who's in control.
So this is why when they say hurricane down in Florida, people pay attention.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Well, up in Michigan, we don't have to worry about that.
That's right.
That's kind of nice. The Be Healthy Berrien, you have specific goals to reach. Can you talk about those?
Yeah, absolutely. So our areas of focus are improving access to food, and that is through a policy system and environmental lens, and I'll get into a little detail of that. And then the other area of focus is improving physical activity opportunities or active living, and that is, how do we improve the built environment, whether that be parks or trails, even complete streets like Napier, and when you're walking and you see people on the side of the road versus a sidewalk.
Yes.
All of those are measures to try to helping the community make it easier for them to be healthier and to gain access to different things.
Yeah. And when you're talking about the profile, the persona of your client, you're talking about people at the economic edges oftentimes?
Oftentimes, yes.
Okay.
So most our areas of focus are really targeted towards individuals that maybe need the most help or are in underserved areas. And so that's typically where you're going to see most hardship, or where you're going to see what we call the social determinants of health. And so when you think about social determinants of health, they're the factors that impact a person's life, that overall from a health and well-being, and they can include where you live, how much money they make, their education, job opportunities, access to health care, the support they get, etc. And these factors can influence how an individual could be more healthy or not so healthy.
Yeah. Okay. And when you engage with the community, your target individuals, how does that often go? What does that look like?
So first is that you really need to practice active listening, and you might have a preconception of what a intervention or a solution might be, but you really have to take a step back and listen to what they are sharing, and what is important to them. And then you come back and you use your expertise to try to take the insights that you've gathered and combine them with the knowledge that you have to come up with solutions or interventions that might help drive the change. But it's also important that you're not doing this in a silo. You're actually doing this alongside with the community or with the stakeholders, like organizations that are working within the community.
Yeah. When you have clients that you're working with, are you trying on an individual basis, or is it more of a mass effort?
Good question. Yeah. So, Be Healthy Berrien is not in the programmatic work. So, programmatic work is when community organizations are working on specific programs or services to address a need. And they might be like after school activities or providing food assistance or a food pantry. We're not in that space. We don't work in that space. Our space is more in that policy system and environment, but we still need that community voice at the forefront of those interventions. And so we're looking at larger scale of policy. So not only a policy of, at the state or federal level, but, at the local jurisdiction level, but then also systems. So how are things linked together? Why are things the way they are? And can you change those systems or improve those systems or tweak those systems? And then environment. So environmental would be parks and trying to get more trails in southwestern Michigan. Because actually, Michigan is a wonderful place to bike and hike, but southwestern Michigan has a gap in regard to trails. And we are working to try to improve that along with many other stakeholders. Or for food access, it would be farmers markets and putting out there like healthy corner stores, but also just supporting local. We live in a very special place. It is an agricultural wonderland. Southwestern Michigan is an agricultural wonderland in regard to the diversity of the products that we grow and the farmers, and they're so talented, but yet there's contradiction in regard to how we get and how we keep that food here in our community.
Okay. Let's talk more about that in just a moment. We're talking with Dawn Marie Smith from Be Healthy Berrien. We're continuing the conversation on our WSJM morning show. We're going to get back to the radio here in just a moment. We're going to get the weather forecast in. It is, 7:44.
Just buy blocks of time for that project. Websticks has over 20 years creating and, better yet, fixing thousands of websites. They're excited to be serving Southwest Michigan. Purchase your blocks today by contacting Websticks. Call 269-925-1123 or visit stunningsitesmoreclicks.com today.
Stunning sites, more clicks. Well designed from Websticks.
Partly sunny skies today, a little bit on the cooler side. We end up at 37 for the afternoon temperatures. Back to cloudy skies tonight, down to 30. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a light rain snow mix. High temperatures near 40. We'll be right around 40 on Thanksgiving Day, still with a chance of a light rain snow mix. As we head into the end of the week and the weekend, lake effect snow showers will be possible. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:45 is the time. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. And we have a special guest in studio this morning, Dawn Marie Smith from Be Healthy Berrien. If you miss any part of this interview, you can go back and watch the entire hour. It's on our video archive, or it will be when it's done, on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to your platform of choice, type in WSJM, and you can see the video there, along with all of our other 7 to 8 o'clock hour interviews that we have from the community here on WSJM. We were talking on the video live stream, Dawn Marie, a second ago about challenges of keeping the wonderful agricultural products that are grown here, keeping them here for our populations. What do you mean by that? What are the challenges are we facing?
Well, there's many, but I'll try to put it into some simple context, is that in order for farmers to be successful, they are faced with, I mean, we experience it every day, environmental change, right? So global warming, whether you believe it or not, it's the environmental impacts of all of the things that we're doing in our world that are impacting how farmers are trying to make a living. And that could be anything from the weather itself. We know that we're predicting a dry winter. We need moisture in order for the ground to regenerate, right? It could be the costs of pesticides. It could be the cost of seeds. It could be how we attract talent to help the farmers harvest and do the work that they need to do. They wear so many different hats. And I think it's my personal opinion is that we take it for granted. And we have to, in order for us to protect our area and for us to really understand how valuable our resources, our local resources are, we have to get back to the basics of the importance of farmers and why we need to support them as a community. And how can we do that?
Yes.
And I'm saying that very respectively in terms of today's food costs. We know that we're all challenged with food costs, right? And that is across the globe. It's not just the United States.
Right.
And so you have to be creative on how you think about supporting local, whether it's stopping at a farm stand or stopping at a farmer's market, or even an individual farmer that's selling stuff that is really trying to, what we call a profit pool. They're trying to diversify. Not only are they're getting their foods or whatever they're producing out to the market. Sometimes they might have to have a farm stand just to offset additional costs. But we can support farmers in different ways. Restaurants and the way restaurants are producing, developing really wonderful recipes and food that we all love to consume. If they're supporting local, or jellies or jams or products that have that are Michigan based, that's a way. Another creative way I find it is that, you go to the grocery store and you want blueberries, and you buy a little small plastic container of blueberries. Well, I purchase my blueberries during blueberry season. I get a 5-pound bag. I food saver them. And so they are in my freezer, and that lasts me all winter long. So this is the way to be creative on how we support local.
Yeah. Think about where you can keep that local economy supported, support our farmers. The old saying, I love this saying, is if you appreciate food, thank a farmer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you've eaten today, thank a farmer.
The more that we can purchase locally, the better off that they're able to sustain their business, and they don't have to ship their products elsewhere. Now, we know that that's a balance, but we're trying to maintain that. And also think about travel. So if fruits and vegetables have to get on a truck to go somewhere, that's environmental impact, that's road, that's mileage, that's gas, and if you're able to keep it local, sometimes even keeping it local, the products themselves don't have the preservatives on them.
Right.
Something from Chile or Mexico is not necessarily grown in the same manner that's grown here in Michigan.
Yeah, our Federal Food and Drug Administration, the Environmental Protection Agency, they stop at our borders typically.
Yeah.
They may get in and get an inspection or two, but you don't know like you said, how it was grown.
Yeah.
What are the challenges? What are the resistance that you face in getting to where you see that going?
One example would be even just e-commerce, but also brick and mortar, and just what it takes to support. So even Sheldon's farm stand, that's a really good example. So our healthy corner stores that are stores that are mom and pop stores that are essentially in maybe not so established neighborhoods where they're trying to offer fruits and vegetables in addition to all the convenience foods and that or gas stations or whatever the store is offering. They are purchasing products that we're hopefully supporting local through Shelton's or through, like even Valley Hub or Gordon's. Gordon's is actually, they will have certain products that are local. So we have corner stores that are trying to support local by bringing local fruits and vegetables into their stores, as well as even supermarkets, right? And retailers. But when you have the Shelton's Food Market, that is, it's a historic
It is.
icon, right?
Yeah.
And they have how many decades and history of how many the family itself and with the grandfather, the great grandfather, the father, and then Nick. And now that is transitioning into something else. That is a telltale story of how we have to continually be aware of the impacts of what it takes to run a business, but also what it takes to support local.
Yeah. And making that decision in a consistent way every time that you think about, okay, well, which grocery store am I going to? You may pay a little more sometimes.
Yeah, you may. But even local
But it
and
pays back.
value,
Yeah.
well, even value stores, value grocery stores are offering, if you look at the labels or you look at the branding, you can see you'll find local. There's ways to do it. You just have to be more aware and more conscious, and if your budget will allow, try to make that choice.
Love it. All right, it's 7:52. We've got to take another break, and we'll come right back and do the Moody on the Market update, and then with that, we'll wrap up.
Okay.
If that's all right, and we'll give some action, some to-do items for people out there who want to help. It's 7:52. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Thanks for joining us.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Hey, it's Jenny from your local Big Deal store. Can I let you in on a little shopping secret? Give a gift of a gift certificate. People love getting gift certificates. When you're making your purchase on Big Deals, simply check the gift box icon and we'll send you a giftable certificate. Save money and time with a little help from your Big Deal store.
And just exclusive content here on the WSJM Morning Show. You mentioned the Sheltons, and that's a really, a very visible example of what happens when something local goes away. I mean, people are still broken up about this. It's going to turn into an Aldi's.
It is.
An Aldi's grocery store. I mean, how does that fit into the landscape? What does that do for people who want to continue to shop locally? Will they find it at Aldi's?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but you would hope that Aldi's has that in their in how to try to fit into the community. Let's hope that they have that approach within their sales and their strategy to bring themselves into that community. But for individuals that have shopped there for decades, they're going to have to figure out other sources if that's important to them. They might have to drive a little farther and look a little further away to determine where they can find the local fruits and vegetables that are important to them. And I would also say that sometimes when it comes to cost, seconds, like the items that are maybe a little bruised or a little more ripe, they're just as good. And sometimes actually even taste a little better. So depending on how you're preparing them and what you're doing with them, seconds, there is nothing wrong with seconds. And we as a society have this perception that it has to be perfect and shiny, when in fact, a second tastes just as good, if not better.
Yeah, I love that. And I have explored that before because there are services out there. I tried it once.
There are services out there
that can give you seconds. And it's like, oh, there's a blemish on this tomato. Oh no, let's throw the whole tomato away or feed it for livestock or whatever like that. No, you can actually eat it and it's just fine.
Yep.
Just fine. Yep. Ripe bananas, overripe bananas. The sugar content is up there. Kids should love those things.
Stick them in the freezer and put them in your smoothies.
Oh, that's
Make
a good idea.
bread,
That's a really good. Or in your pancakes.
Yeah, there you go.
Put them in pancakes. All right, we've got to get them back with the Moody on the Market update. I hope you're enjoying this. It is the WSJM Morning Show. If you have any comments, please give us put it in the text message. Sorry, I'm reading. John says, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone has a blessed and wonderful Thanksgiving day and weekend. Thank you, John. We appreciate that. All right, we'll be right back on the WSJM Morning Show to conclude this interview.
So you can be assured the job's done right. After all, it's a controlled fire in a box called a furnace. And at McGee's, we have a very high standard for safety. We want you to feel confident that McGee's is offering you the best for you and your home.
Feel at ease with McGee's. Visit their website and call to schedule an appointment today. McGee'sHeating.com.
McGee's Heating and Air. Feel at ease with McGee's.
From the Pat Moody Studios, this is News Talk Sports 94.9. WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:56, just 4 minutes before 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we will join ABC News for a check of world and national news. Right now, it's time for your Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And because sometimes during the Moody on the Market update, we talk about life in Southwest Michigan and why we love it here. And I think that's what we've done today, is talk about some of that aspect with Be Healthy Berrien. Dawn Marie Smith is here with Be Healthy Berrien. And our to-do list, we've heard the information. Now what do we do? What do we do with that information? How do we be healthy?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. There's lots of ways for us to be healthy, but I'll start it. I'll try to make it somewhat applicable for our busy lives. So when it comes to supporting outdoor recreation, first and foremost is just get up and get out and get moving.
Yeah.
And, but think about how you can support outdoor recreation, whether it be trails or parks, etc. We need those green spaces. They're good for mental and physical health, but we also lack in those green spaces in our area. So can you volunteer? Can you advocate? Can you donate, right? So get out and use those spaces, learn about those spaces, and then hopefully support those spaces, as those are very important to the health and well-being, and also just how we think about a healthy community overall. And then regarding supporting local, it's just thinking through, we all understand how challenging it is today to manage food costs. So respectively, just trying to balance that with being more aware of keeping things here within our community. Sarah mentioned it earlier, supporting local, and that what it brings, like 60 something cents back into the community. That's very similar to for our farmers, is keeping the money here in our community, but it's also helping from a sustainability perspective and supporting farmers and keeping what we like to call our little agricultural wonderland a wonderland.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. And if you have the opportunity to get out and enjoy some of the farms, especially during harvest season, and going out and enjoying it, picking up a pumpkin, for instance, you can see the entire farm landscape and everything that they have to do. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And you're right. You're very right about getting outside and enjoying the green spaces. Does a lot for the health, especially, I mean, people think about and they dread the grays of our winters. What should we do then? Get outside.
Yeah, get outside. Like, take a hike.
Yeah.
Like, listen, just be out there, and it's just great. It does bring clarity, and it does bring a little more energy, and you're going to come back in and you're going to feel much better than if you didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Be Healthy Berrien. Thank you for the work. How can we get more information done, Marie?
So you can go to Be Healthy Berrien's website, but also you also can look us up on United Way of Southwestern Michigan under Collective Impact. So there's different ways for you to reach out to us.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
That wasn't too bad, right? An hour?
Oh, it was easy peasy.
All right. Very good. Thank you very much. Be Healthy Berrien, Dawn Marie Smith. We appreciate you coming on to the show this morning. It's 7:59. We've got our weather forecast for today. It is going to get up to 37 degrees. We're going to have partly sunny skies and west winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy, a low around 30, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, if you're traveling, be aware there may be some precipitation, about a 30% chance of rain or snow, and a high around 40 degrees. South winds 5 to 10. It's 8 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. New action.
1 second. You got to say goodbye to the people on the video live stream. You want to say goodbye to the people on the video live stream? Go ahead.
Goodbye, folks on the video live stream.
Very well
Have a
done.
wonderful day.
No, thank you very much. Anything else that we need to mention? Do you need anything specifically?
I'll just do a shout out to some recent funding.
Let's do that.
I'd like to thank AEP Foundation for supporting the Benton Harbor Farmers Market, as well as the Healthy Corner Store in Benton Harbor. And I'd also like to thank Michigan Health Endowment Fund for supporting a new project. It's a capacity building project for the city for community members in Benton Harbor. So truly blessed to have foundations and funders looking at our work and supporting us to continue to drive the change that is needed in our community.
Thank you very much for the work that you do. We appreciate you.
My pleasure.
All right. All right. Thanks for joining us on the video live stream. We've got to get back for more news, and we will see you in about 21 hours with another show.